Time Traveler Chronicles, Book 1, Mystic Crystal Revelations by Robert Worden. Chapter 1, Arrival. In 10 minutes at exactly 8:10 a.m., something extraordinary will erupt in the chaotic heart of New York, and my life, Evelyn Carter's life, will never be the same. Time travel, that wild dream of science fiction, will become real, and somehow my actions will ripple out to change the world. The air in Times Square clogs my lungs, thick with the damp musk of rain-soaked asphalt and the acrid bite of exhaust. It's 8 a.m., and I'm trapped in a snarl of honking taxis and delivery trucks, their horns screeching like a tuneless orchestra fraying my nerves. My battered 2007 white cargo van. My office, my home, inches forward, then stalls. My fingers clutch the steering wheel, knuckles pale, as Greg's betrayal, my now ex-boyfriend, weighs on me like the humid air. I've been here before, broke and homeless since 17, scraping by on dead-end jobs and picking the wrong men, each mistake a bruise on my heart. Greg's lies sting like a fresh cut. Not my worst wound, but sharp enough to burn. A few blocks away, the ground quakes. A deep, guttural rumble shakes my van, rattling the coffee cup in its holder and scattering bagel crumbs across my lap. A sharp crack splits the air, like the earth's bones snapping, followed by a piercing hiss that cuts through the city's drone. I tilt my head, squinting through the steam curling from the wet streets as the morning sun breaches the skyscrapers. Near West 43rd and 7th Avenue, screams pierce the air, raw and panicked, blending with the crash of shattering concrete. I can't see it, but there's a sinkhole yawning open, swallowing the intersection in a perfect circle, asphalt plunging 20 feet with a bone-jarring thud. Manhole covers spew clouds of scalding vapor, hissing like a beast stirred from slumber. That sinkhole, it's part of my story, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I can't tell you why I know so much, but I know every detail about it. I promise I will update you when the time is right. Pedestrians slam against brick walls, their faces ashen, fearing the ground might betray them next. Miraculously, no one's hurt. The sinkhole struck between traffic light changes. An automatic valve chokes off the steam, and an eerie, ringing silence falls, though it's just my ears recovering from the blast's shrill wail. In Times Square, traffic is a stagnant river of chrome and glass. Drivers pound their horns, each blast a jagged edge against my frayed patience. The rain stopped 10 minutes ago, leaving the air heavy, the sunlight coaxing wisps of mist from the pavement like spirits rising from the city's veins. My phone hovers an inch from my ear, Greg's voice droning through it, weaving lies as slick as the wet streets. Last night, he brought another girl home, and he had the balls to fucking introduce her to me, like I was just a lowly tenant he could dismiss. My radio blares Shambhala by Three Dog Night, its cheery chorus mocking my mood. The lyrics loop relentlessly, and I slam the power button, silencing it. I shift the phone to my left ear, letting Greg's excuses fade into the city's noise. Listen, dickhead! I cut in, my voice sharp as a razor. I'm done with your crap. I don't need you or anyone else.
Babe, where you gonna live? You need me.
His smug tone paints his smirk in my mind, lounging on that sagging couch. First, you don't get to call me babe ever again, you asshole. Second, I've survived on my own since 17. Homeless, broke, dodging creeps like you. I'll manage.
Well, you can kiss your box of...
I hang up, cutting short whatever pathetic jab his tiny brain was about to form. Fuck you, I mutter. I toss the phone onto the passenger seat. It clatters against a pile of empty coffee cups and other trash. I shift my ass cheeks, my elbow rests on the window frame, my head heavy in my hand, sweat beading on my brow. The anger sears my chest, but I force my gaze outward. The square thrums with life. Tourists snapping selfies, vendors hawking pretzels, their smoky scent mingling with the city's grit. At least these strangers have more spark than Greg and his endless Xbox binges. They weave through the crowd with purpose, while my van sits like a boulder. Traffic's always brutal this early, but this is fucking absurd. Come on, I hiss, my breath hot in the stale air. I don't know yet about the sinkhole that's causing this traffic jam. I'm just cursing myself for stopping at the deli for a bagel with my coffee. If I'd skipped it, I might have dodged this mess. But in New York, a bagel's practically a ritual, and after Greg's betrayal, I crave the comfort of warm dough and cream cheese. More than that, I need a paycheck, a big one, to find a new place to crash. This van is my lifeline. I spent $350 to have Action News painted in bold black letters on its sides, turning it into a mobile newsroom. A friend scavenged a junkyard satellite dish and welded it to the roof. Useless, but it screams legitimacy. The big network crews used to mock my setup, their sleek vans gleaming beside my dented rig. They don't laugh now. In this game, respect comes from the footage you deliver, not the shine of your ride. I'm a real independent photojournalist, a news stringer specializing in video that makes the evening broadcast. Looking the part matters. Network crews with shiny gear slip past police tape, snag the best interviews. So I charmed Ken, a news buyer I briefly dated, into getting me a press pass that hangs around my neck. He even scored me a used professional shoulder camera, its weight a badge of credibility. Sometimes just slinging that camera over my shoulder gets me into restricted zones. The van's cramped with space for my gear, a few boxes of clothes, and some personal stuff. I've got unconventional tools too, like bolt cutters for when a padlocked gate blocks the shot of the day. In the back, where a real news van might have an editing bay, I've got a single mattress. It's cheaper than rent, and this isn't my first time living on the streets. Since 17, I've bounced through dead-end jobs, waitressing, cleaning, cashiering, and, well, worse. Apartments, each wrecked by roommates or men like Greg who brought drama, drugs, or betrayal. My routine's the same every morning. I'm up at 5 a.m., grabbing coffee and a bagel before scouring the streets for a story. I dress like a pro. My dad's old hiking boots, worn soft, hug my feet with familiar comfort. Cargo pants and a button-up shirt mask my athletic frame but portray confidence. The black camera vest with press stitched in bold white letters seals the deal. It's my armor, my ticket to being taken seriously. Stuck in this gridlock, I sip my extra-large coffee, its bitter warmth grounding me as bagel crumbs dust my lap. My eyes scan the square for a story. Tourists pose with a chubby Spider-Man, his spandex straining over his gut. They snap pics, then dodge paying, scurrying off as he shakes a fist. A walrus-mustached cop steps in, his beefy hand raised to calm Spidey, saving the cheapskate from a punch. Across the square, a shirtless cowboy in a weathered hat strums a guitar, his chords thin against the city's roar, drawing stares from wide-eyed visitors. These moments won't pay for a new apartment. I need something bigger, something to make Ken's eyes light up at the station. Despite the morning's chaos, Greg, the traffic, the weight of homelessness again, I stay sharp. As a stringer, I roam the city all day, chasing the next scoop. My police scanner hums on the dash, its static a constant companion. If a call comes through, I'll weave through traffic like a madwoman to get there first. On slow days, I watch the crowd, guessing their stories. Ken says I've got a knack for capturing the perfect moment. Like over there, that woman in the red dress, clutching a portfolio, her shoulders tense. She's probably waiting to ambush a talent agent, I'd bet. Or the twitchy guy by the newsstand, pacing, probably a columnist itching to read his poetic prose in the latest New Yorker. Their clothes, their stride, the way they carry themselves, it's like they're shouting their secrets. Times Square isn't usually where you snag a big money shot, but in 5 seconds, it's about to become the epicenter of the greatest story in human history. A scorching blast of air slams my van, rocking it like a train roared past. My coffee sloshes, burning my hand, and I curse under my breath. A flicker of blue catches in my side mirror, sharp and unnatural. I've driven this square 1,000 times. Nothing like this has ever happened. It's not some street performer's stunt or a fender bender. I twist in my seat, peering through the rear windows. People sprawl across the pavement, dazed as a shimmering blue discharge crackles in the square's center. It looks like an exploded electrical box, but there's no fire, no debris, just this eerie, pulsing glow. This is it, my payday, but only if I'm first to get it on tape. I pound the steering wheel, scanning for an exit, but the cars are a steel cage. Shit! 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 My pulse races, adrenaline spiking. I throw the van into park, yank the keys, and grab an elastic hair tie, scraping my black hair into a tight ponytail. I clamber between the seats, boots scuffing the worn carpet, and snatch my camera, my trusty sidekick. With a hard kick, I fling open the back doors, hinges screeching. I leap out, landing on the hood of the yellow taxi behind me. The metal flexes with a loud pop, but holds. Camera rolling, I sprint toward the glow, boots pounding the pavement. My heart hammers as I weave through the maze of cars, their chrome, glinting in the morning light. The air smells of ozone and fear, sharp and electric. Tourists and performers lie scattered, groaning as they shake off the blast. I swing my camera, capturing their dazed faces, searching for blood and broken limbs. Gruesome cells. The cowboy sits on the curb, cradling his splintered guitar, its strings limp like snapped tendons, his eyes glassy as if mourning a friend. I pan across a dozen people, shaken but unhurt, their voices a low hum of shock. I edge closer to the blue glow, its light pulsing like a heartbeat. It messes with my camera's iris, the lens struggling to adjust. I tweak the focus and exposure, fingers steady despite the adrenaline. Through the viewfinder, I see it's no electrical box. It hovers 3 feet off the ground, defying gravity. I pull my face away, breath catching. This thing doesn't belong here. A pulsing hum vibrates in my teeth like the air itself is singing. A silver metal cylinder, 3 feet long, a foot thick, its ends domed with faceted caps that catch the light like gems. Its surface is smooth, etched with access panels. The air hums, thrumming in my chest, raising the hairs on my arms. That sinkhole, this cylinder, they're connected. Officer Walrus mustache barrels over, face red, shoving me back with a meaty hand. "Get back!" The police officer barks. I sidestep, dropping to one knee to keep filming, camera trained on the cylinder. He moves on, pushing the growing crowd, his shouts drowned by buzzing voices. I pivot, capturing onlookers' wide-eyed stares, their whispers rising like steam. Framing the cylinder, I record a woman who was 2 feet from it when it appeared. Her voice trembles as she grips my arm.
It was insane. I was buying play tickets for my girlfriend and this blast of heat and wind hit. The light was bright blue. Then I was flying backward, landing on that half-naked guy with the guitar.
I swing the lens to a man trying to touch the cylinder, his hand jerking back as a shock sends him stumbling, cursing. Sirens wail as emergency vehicles screech in, their lights cutting through the haze. Network vans roll up, crews spilling out with gleaming gear. Time to wrap. I need to upload this before they go live. I connect my phone to the camera, fingers flying as I send the footage to Ken. "Ken, you get the file?" I ask, voice tight.
Yeah, just watched it.
He says, excitement crackling.
Carter, this is wild. What the hell is that thing? Some kind of military gear? Looks like something from another frickin' planet.
"I don't know," I say, eyes locked on the cylinder's pulsing glow. "To me, it looks like big money if you move your ass and run it tonight."
I've got a feeling this'll blow up. I'll let you know.
I lower the camera to one hand, my grip on the handle firm, my heart still racing. The square buzzes with chaos. I feel alive, electric. Whatever this cylinder is, it's my ticket to something bigger. Maybe out of this van, maybe out of this cycle of bad choices. For now, I've got the shot, and that's enough. Not to get ahead of myself, but it's probably a good idea to do a little info dump on you. That thing I just captured on camera, you guessed it. It's a time machine. Where did it come from? Well, not to give away too much, but it came from us. From our future. Wild, right? Hang tight. This ride gets a little fucking bumpy from here.